what I was gonna say was dope is I don't know why these people did it, but what I can see is like be the change like that you want to see, right?
For sure.
So,
No doubt. No doubt.
and what I found for myself is right now, the path that I'm on is like the happiest I've been in a long time, right? I finally have a purpose, I feel, in a long time. And I feel like this is the ultimate purpose, right?
Yep.
And for me, it's being the change that I want to see. That's what I became, right? I want to see homeopathic doctors, right? I want to see that. I want people to flourish in that type of society. So I followed that path.
Yeah.
I want people to be held accountable, right, for the misinformation and disinformation.
For sure.
So you and I started this show. And that's why it feels so good.
Yeah.
We became the change
No doubt.
that we wanted to see. And it's like, that's how I feel about Backyard Squabbles
Dope.
with their Fight Club,
Yeah,
right? They
yeah.
probably got tired of seeing people gunned down for no fucking reason. All these rappers we were just talking about.
Right.
And they're like, yo, we have to be the change we want to see.
I love it so much because a lot of the times people from the hood are taught, get out.
Right.
You want to be successful so you can get out the hood. No lie, y'all. It wasn't my motivation when I moved from LA County, because if y'all don't know, I live in Riverside County, but I just needed a clear headspace to raise my children. That was my motivation, and I needed a fresh start. So it wasn't like running from LA or anything specific, you know what I mean?
Right.
LA just, for me, it was just, it had become, everything's too accessible and too, a lot of distractions, and just competition isn't a problem, but you know, it's like, it's busy, you know, it's a lot of traffic, you know, traffic's everywhere, but you know, just, it's a lot going on,
Yeah, fuck
you
yeah.
know. So where I'm at, for me, you know, it's a little bit more closer to nature and a little bit more peaceful, and I dig it, you know what I'm saying? But I was feeling down, like I told you, man, this past week or so, and just trying to get over the hump of like being in my own space, being my own boss. Like, because when you say that and you own it, you know, as we talk in manifestation and being the change you want to see, it's challenges that come with it, and you know, mind changes that come with it, you know what I mean? Like I told you, I recognize that now that my time is my time, I gotta really be on it, you know?
Yeah.
I can't be just smoking weed and chilling like I did when I have a job, because that's not the vibe now. It's on me. Everything's on me, you know what I mean, to make it happen. So I say all that to say I was feeling down, man, and what brought me back up, maybe it was my microdose, but when I drove down Crenshaw, bro, because I went to visit my godmother, like I told you before I came here. And a piece to my godmother, she was feeling a little down. She was sick in the hospital for a little bit, but she's doing better. And she
That's great.
She was happy to see me. I was happy
Glad
to
to
see
hear
her.
that.
Yeah. And she told me how rowdy it is right there. I was right in the 60 hood, right off of Slauson, you know, right where some of my family's from. And yeah, it was dope, man. I felt the whole Nipsey hustle, just the spirit. I seen a bunch of businesses open. People was out and flourishing. It was beautiful out. I hadn't drove down Crenshaw in a while, and I seen like some of the business got like upgrades and, you know, facelifts, and it looked good, man. You know, melanated owned businesses, and just it felt good, man, and it made me feel good. My spirits was lifted. I went to my black owned bank right there. Shout out to One United. They gave me a shout out on IG recently. So if you want to get your black bank, check out One United. But yeah, man, sometimes you got to tap back in with the home network, the home space, and just recharge, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the city brings a lot of attention sometimes, but like you said, with that club that they doing and making change, we got to do it, because who's going to do it if we don't, you know? And I looked at like One United, and then I see the big ass Chase right down the street, and I'm like, man, it should get to the point where we run some of these people out of our neighborhoods. Like, we don't need you. You know what I mean? Because right now, when big companies like Chase, or let's say Target or something like that comes in, it helps the community because it brings in more jobs, more money. But like some places, like for instance, I was looking for a Walmart, which I don't shop at Walmart, y'all, but I wanted to get a duffel bag. Remember I told you on
Yeah.
the way here? Because every time I come to Smooth's house, I got multiple bags and shit. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I got to get me a solid duffel bag, not one of my girls' bags, like an overnight bag and shit. I need a solid, like, man duffel bag, like I used to have, a gym bag. So there's no Walmarts on the west side, bro. And you know why?
Oh, yeah,
It's
no.
because Walmart's probably not welcome on the west side.
Yeah.
So it shows me that when a certain community says no to something,
Yeah, that's a
it
good
won't
point.
be there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
West
Yeah,
side
there's,
is
there's
different.
no Walmarts over there.
There's
one in the valley.
There's not a lot of the bullshit on the west side, bro.
Yeah.
Because the west side said no, no, no. Like, there's a lot of like healthier shit and different options on the west side.
Yeah.
You notice shit like that because, you know, when you come from food deserts and shit like that, you notice, you know. So I'm not mad at big companies when they come in because it does help. Like when that shopping center was built in Compton with the TGI Fridays and the Best Buy and all of that, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like we need to get to the point where we build up our own shit to where we don't need them to build up our community. So yeah, I went a long way of saying I resonate with what you were saying so much and what they doing, man. Because I felt that vibe today when I was in the community, man.
Yeah.
It uplifted me to see it.
You know what's awesome that you brought up how you were down? It's not awesome that you were down.
Yeah.
But it's awesome what I noticed what you said. You said you were feeling down. You said you went over off Crenshaw, right? You were over there, you were in the community, and you felt charged,
Yeah.
right? And you said, even though over there, it's a bit chaotic, right? When you have stuck energy and you're feeling depressed, right? Abrasive sounds, right? Are good. Maracas, drums, stuff like that. Frictioning sounds, and those sounds break up the stuck energy, right? So if you were feeling down, like you said you were, you have this like stuck emotion. Like, man, you said it's been that way for about a week, right?
Yeah. No, it was.
For about a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you go over there and you're around, you know, whatever it was in that particular environment that got you feeling that way. So a bit chaotic, it shakes it out of you, you know what I mean? Then you cruise up this way. I'm assuming you came down PCH.
I cruised through Century City and then eventually to PCH. Yeah.
Right, okay,
I think
so-
I even went up Venice, bro, Lincoln.
Right.
I took the Lincoln way.
Right.
Yeah.
So then after that, because what happens is once that energy shook and once you get the abrasive energy out, you need something smooth, right? Something like a wind chime or something like that to balance it out, melodic, maybe even like a xylophone to get that sound out. Well, there you go, driving by the beach, right?
And
So
I
you
was
go from
really
being
tapped
depressed,
into the ocean too.
right? You go from being depressed, you get the charge from being off of Crenshaw, being in the city,
Right.
and then you come back down to an even kill by the beach.
Right. No, that's a great.
All natural sound healing, bro.
That's dope, bro.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.